Sup, Joe?
I ever One of the funniest things I ever experienced was when I went to go see John Mulaney live, and halfway through a bit about how expensive college in the States is, he looked down at the sleeve of his suit jacket and just stopped. Dead halt mid-sentence, and after like 3 seconds we were all trying to figure out the punchline because the story clearly hadn't ended. John Mulaney quietly said, he'd taken his suit to the dry cleaner, and they'd wrapped the buttons on the sleeves and the coat with tinfoil to protect them. John Mulaney didn't notice until halfway through the set. He was so flabbergasted that he never finished the story about college, and instead did 5 minutes on how stupid it was that his buttons were reflecting the light and he just didn't notice. In that moment, I understood more about John Mulaney as a person than I ever have. During one of his Portland shows, he noticed this 7-year-old girl in the front row and asked her and her parents if she's aware that she is physically here right now or if she was just brought along. Turns out her favorite John Mulaney bit is the, I am homeless, I am gay, I have AIDS, and I'm new in town bit. And she's seen all this stuff. He was so shocked and discomforted by the fact that a 7-year-old has seen his shows. He couldn't get through a bit about donating to charity without interrupting himself at least 3 times to import good life lessons on the small child. As if that makes up for all the horrible things he said that she's heard. What? In Christ's name. When I saw him in Fort Lauderdale, there was a bar in the lobby that people kept leaving to go to. At one point, a guy in the front row just got up and booked it to get drinks. John Mulaney looked over at a woman who was next to the empty seat and asked, "Are you with him? What's his name?" She was, in fact, with him, and she did tell him her date's name. John Mulaney considered this, looked around, and unplugged the microphone. Leaning into us, he told us that we were going to trick this guy so frickin' hard. He said, "At some point during the show, I'm going to stop and say, well, you guys know what they say here in Fort Lauderdale. You guys are all going to scream back, 'We love milkshakes.' He'll be so confused." He then continued on with the show as normal. The drinks guy returned to his seat, and that was that for a long time. We thought he had forgotten about it until at some point during what I believe was his McDonald's drive-thru bit, he shrugged his shoulders and said, "You guys know what they say here in Fort Lauderdale." Naturally, we erupted with, "We love milkshakes!" And John Mulaney swung around to face the drinks guy and said, I bet you're real confused now, huh, Jason?" So John Mulaney's a chaotic neutral cryptid. I saw him last night, and there was a good 10-minute interlude where a woman told him everything she found wrong with his suit, including his pants were too high-waisted, to which he replies, "Well, that's where my hips are." And someone in the back shouted, "Look at that high-waisted man, he's got feminine hips!" And he yelled back, "That's my joke, I'm offended!" Saw him live at my college. During his show, he shouted something which spooked a service dog in training that someone had brought with them. The dogs are common on campus because they're learning how to socialize and be in large crowds without reacting. Seeing the dog had been scared, he apologized and asked the dog's name. Upon hearing the dog's name was Blanket, he lost his mind. He was so happy. Throughout the show, he kept checking on Blanket. It was adorable. Yes, wholesome. Wholesome John Mulaney. Jesus Christ, my nose is so congested right now. I can barely breathe out of either nostril. Now I can breathe out of this one.
Hope you're having a good night. And your fam.
Let's just get into this. Actually, you know what? Let me just pull up the stream on my phone. So that way, like, in between matches, I'll actually be able to interact with you guys just by commenting. Ah yes, Kalimba videos. No one cares. I really wish I could be doing goofing off on a Friday night.
Want me to join your party?
Episode 6. Oh sure, why not?
Go ahead.
Approach, ready for test.
Team Deathmatch. You are clear to engage all threats.
Roger, 7-1.
It has taken 8 months for something to happen. I figured it would take maybe a day and a half for it to be the complete end of it. But apparently, with my life, it's just a bunch of recurring events. With just a couple of interludes.
What do you think of the time I made K?
With a bunch of liberals sticking trumpets down their Trump holes.
Friendly VTOL jet on station.
In the god with it.
Believe it or not, I'm actually decent with it, but I could definitely be a lot better.
Enemy personal radar online.
Roundabout the MK2 carbine shoots fast and aims.
Personal radar drone standing by.
Enemy in the back alley.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover. Friendly care package inbound. Friendly counter UAV active. Precision airstrike ready.
fire. Stand.
This is Phoenix 3. Good copy. Strike it.
Less than a minute.
Enemy at the barrel.
Go on.
Flash. Good kill.
Hammer is
30 seconds. Time's up. Move. It's over for RTB. Move out.
I got 8 kills, and like 5 or 6 of them were with the car 98K. And this is from a guy who really doesn't use the car 98. Jesus Christ, what on earth was happening today in my life? Bunch of stuff with art. I don't even, like, I'm not an artist at all. I'm not in any sort of art class or anything. But, like, a bunch of artsy stuff was happening in my life. Talking to Bloodstone today. I said, I want to be a better person, but there's nothing I can do that I haven't tried. I want to be a person that's worthy of somebody like name omitted, or name redacted, to say. I'm not gonna give it. I'm not gonna give this person's actual name.
Here they come. Attack.
So we'll just do a red versus blue reference. If I was Leonard Church,
Enemy at the shop.
if I was Church, she would be my cat. If I were the director, she would be my Alice. Jesus Christ, the lag. I said, I don't deserve someone like her. Even if her standards were that low, it still would never happen. Like,
In
she's
back.
way out of my league. And I said, I seriously went and bought her a bunch of pixie sticks yesterday because she likes them. I said, I never bought you anything. I sent her a picture of freaking Rowan Atkinson as Edmund Blackadder. Oh, Sir Edmund Blackadder. White. Then they said, bro, I regret not taking it from you. I still kind of want it because my chewing is out of range with anxiety. Said, I mean, I still have it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what Can I Help Me when I was in the It's what kind of helped me. And that goes into a whole nother story that I'm not going to bring up. I said, well, basic thing is, you need to know that I would actually, I actually still have the thing. I keep it in my left pocket of my flint. You ever saw have you ever followed me on Instagram? Then
Changing mags.
Enemy at the back alley.
you have seen my my Uncle Danny outfit. It was basically where I dress up and I look like my Uncle Danny. Because he's always wearing jeans, flannel. So he's got his hair like long and unkempt.
Grenade out.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Reloading. Throwing grenade. Grenade out. Lost the lead.
Enemy at the minecart.
Contact.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Reloading. Enemy UAV overhead.
Put things in perspective, I've been holding on to that thing since before
Friendly UAV
they
overhead.
changed their name
Enemy at the woods.
first time.
Enemy Wilson deployed. Reloading. Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
They used to have like the most stereotypical female name of all time. You guys already know what that is, so I'm not gonna say it.
Enemy at the train tracks. Enemy at the woods.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover. Enemies halfway there. Set it up. Reloading.
Enemy at the train tracks.
Little bastard.
One down. Good.
Enemy at the forklift.
I literally just said I was going to go watch Ponyo or something. And obviously I did the something, because who the frick has the time to go out there watching
Enemy
Ponyo?
at the train tracks.
Keep in mind, this person is literally in love with Ponyo. Literally, only person I know who's my age has Ponyo socks, at least 2 Ponyo shirts, the actual movie on DVD, can quote the movie word for word. Don't get me wrong, the movie slaps. Not gonna lie, the movie slaps pretty hard. Still, there's a point where it goes from appreciation of a great children's movie that literally shaped our childhoods, at least shaped mine, and apparently shaped theirs. To yes, out of up.
Enemy at the back alley. Enemy at the mine truck. Enemy at the train tracks.
Changing mags. Throwing grenade. Enemy cluster strike incoming. We're losing this fight, get your heads in the game.
Enemy at the train tracks.
Throwing grenade. back, soldier. Fight another day.
So things I've noticed about the movie Ponyo. Number 1. Did anybody actually have a full concept of love at the age of 5 like Ponyo's Sosuke? Because I certainly didn't. Heck, current day, I have a love-hate relationship with love as a concept.
You ready for WW3?
Nope. And remember the part about the full concept of love at the age of 5. That's gonna come in handy in a little bit.
We're moving to the UK if it happens before the planes get shot down.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, you can explain it as being a movie all you want. Literally, there's no possible way. It does not reconcile the fact that there is literally just a huge stationary wall of water with every single other ship right there. Every single one. They're the only ones that are still out there. Sure, it's because Ponyo loves Sosuke. BS. Besides, the moon was actually that close as they say it was. Wouldn't it have leveled off earlier? Instead of it all just being there and then just leveling off like that? Another thing. Friggin' Ponyo's father. It was about as good of a picture as you're gonna get. He looks like my Uncle Danny geeked out on speed. I should probably move my chair so I actually have a better position. Because we gaming. Alright, now this is better. This is better. Yeah, Fujimoto is Ponyo's father.
Oof.
Alright, And they actually have a full-on Ponyo wiki.
Epic gamer here, girls step back, might get to wet.
Seriously, if you ever get a chance, look up the actual plot of Ponyo. They have a terrible way of describing it. Oh Lord, not this again. Number 4. Ponyo tries to feed a baby in the movie. If I could... This is about as good as you're gonna get. Who cares? You really can't see it that well. There. She tries to feed a baby in the movie. When she becomes a human in the movie.
You ever had a burger drenched in grease, not MD?
Number 5, when I was 5 or 6, I thought the one old lady who stayed on land, and I don't have the time to look up what her name was. Because I never thought it would be never thought it would be enough of a reason to. Anya then joyfully jumps high in the air and kisses Sosuke, completing her transformation as a human. No one cares. So what the frick was her name? There's literally an entire... There's literally an entire wiki page donated. An entire wiki page. It's 11:45 at night. Please just excuse the fact that I can't speak the English language here. There's an entire wiki page dedicated to Lisa's car.
Hes gibberish getten.
Toki, that's her name, Toki. Yeah, I seriously thought that Toki, like for about 10 years I thought Toki was literally just some human that a friggin' Fujimoto was like in love with when he was a human. And then they tell me, imagine not having a wife or a husband in like kindergarten. It's like around the age of 5 or 6. Ponyo? Then they go on, I had myself a whole husband who brought me flowers every day. And I said, I had a wife that told me to go screw myself. Yes, gotta love kindergarten. Yep. Hang on.
deathmatch. Get your teeth out. Time to hunt. I'm with you. I'm with you.
And mentioning
Right there.
like getting flowers for somebody you love, or somebody that you love in that sense at the age of like 5, or with whatever skewed concept of love you have at the age of 5, which, let's be honest, is nowhere near how pointless it is, like how pointless and stupid and unnecessary it is in reality. Like,
Enemy care package inbound.
Enemy at the
I
center.
believe it was iDubbbz or James Marriott, but one of the two said that when you're a child, you could literally crap your pants and people would forget, or they would just write it off.
Enemy personal radar in the air. Good impact. Enemy personal radar in the air. Enemies in the area. Don't go 3-1, that's 2. I'm under attack! Friendly Vito
Enemy
in
at the
the
cave
air.
entrance.
Reloading! Personal radar drone ready. Friendly gunship in the AO.
This is Phoenix 3. Good copy. Striking bomb. Shots missed. This is Falcon 3-0. Personal radar depleted. Recalling to
Yeah,
base.
like, seriously, like, I don't even think that the poor bastard bought the flowers. I think they literally just went around in front of the school and just picked them. Right out of the ground. Oh, it's a cute little endearing thing. BS! It's creepy.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
You're a child. This could be the actual love of your life. Person you...
Reloading.
Okay. Actual love of your life. Okay, no one... Like, that's going to matter. Like, it actually matters who you love. If you have to answer the big man upstairs when you die, he's not going to be asking, well, who did you love? Who did you love? Who did you really care about in your life? Who was the most important person to you?
That's too close to front.
Someone asked me that question, I'm just going to say our Lord and Savior, the Almighty Zuck. Yeah, like, bringing flowers to somebody, that's a complete Bryce thing. That's like a Bryce thing to do.
Victory. I expect no less.
after midnight. Yeah, seriously, like, doing that is a complete Bryce thing to do. I'll let you guys try to speculate what that means, like, a Bryce thing to do. Yeah, that's your homework. You gotta figure out what a Bryce thing is. Yeah, I'm exhausted right now. I got finals next week, so why am I even doing this? This is gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, click the bell, turn on notifications. Until next time, I'm Rating Gaming. Stay frosty.